Hello, I'm Jim Adamski with CDL, and today we're going to talk about tree tapping, and we're going to go through some of the procedures for tapping trees. The first thing that we want to talk about is the drill bit. The drill bits that we use in the maple industry are specifically designed for drilling wood. They have a nice tight flute which ejects the sawdust rather rapidly. In the off season, please keep your tapping bit stored in a toolbox. Keep it sharp, keep it clean. Don't be using it as a center punch or something crazy throughout the summer months to try and dull it up. We want to make sure that we keep these drill bits as clean and as sharp as we possibly can. So the first thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look at our maple tree. And we're going to put a tap into this tree. One of the tools that we really like to use in the maple industry is called a tapping hammer. The nice thing with this hammer is it is an 8-ounce hammer, and what it does is it allows us to not overdrive taps. When we're tapping taps into the trees, we want to make sure that we're tapping with a wrist motion. We don't want to be using arm strength. We want to use a wrist motion. The other nice advantage with the tapping hammer, it does have a sharp blade on the back, which allows us to scrape any moss or any loose bark off the tree and give us a nice flat spot to start our drill bit for our tap hole. So if we come up to the maple tree, we can take our hammer, we can score our bark just a little bit, take some of the loose material off there, give us a nice place to start our drill bit. As we go up to the tree, we want to make sure that we are square to the tree. We always want to make sure that we have both hands on the drill bit. One of the things with our tap hole, we want to make sure that we are drilling into the tree at a slight uphill angle. When we drill into the tap hole, we want to go in and out of the tap hole once. If we make multiple passes in and out of the tap hole, we have a tendency to create an oval hole, which will create a leak around the tap. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the tree, both hands on the drill. We're going to drill in. We're going to remove the drill bit in one pass. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to give our tap hole a visual inspection. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, we're going to look. I do see a piece of sawdust right here on the end of my tap hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screwdriver and I'm simply going to remove any chips basically from my tap hole. The reason that we're using a screwdriver or a stiff piece of wire, we don't want to blow into this tap hole. When we blow into the tap hole, we blow any of the bacteria or any microbes that are on the outside of the tree will blow into that fresh cut tap hole. It'll accelerate our healing process. So with a nice clean cut tap hole, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to insert our tap. For this particular one, we are going to be using a stainless steel tap with a bucket hook. What we are going to do now is we are going to use the tapping hammer. We're going to insert the tap into the hole. We're going to come down here. We're going to start to tap the tap into the tree. And when you hear that pitch change, you hear kind of that thud noise, we know that that tap is seated properly inside of the tree. One thing to remember when tapping different species of trees, when we're tapping our silver maple or our red maple, they are a little more fragile tree. They will have a tendency to crack, so we need to exercise a little more caution when setting taps into the red maple and the silver maple. Another key talking point is frozen trees have a tendency of cracking faster than a thawed tree. So if you are going to be tapping below freezing or in some very cold weather, just pay close attention to how hard we're setting our taps. Like I say, once again, the use of a tapping hammer is crucial so that we don't overdrive that tap, and make sure that we stop when we hear the thud sound. So for more information, please visit our website.